Alright everybody, I'm going to do a quick video on prepping for turkey hunting. So, you know, everybody has their own means and methods, and this isn't, you know, end all say all. And I haven't hunted turkey in years and years. I mean, if you watch my videos, I just got back into deer hunting. You know, some of you know if you watch my introduction, and I was a Marine for 22 years. I did 4 combat tours, and I just kind of, after getting back from Iraq, I just kind of got out of the groove of hunting. But I love to hunt, and I love to fish. Plan to do some of that. We're planning on getting another boat next year. Hopefully that's our New Year's resolution, that in January next year we're going to get us a nice boat, and I'll start showing you some Florida blue water fishing and inland fishing and whatever else I can. But anyway, this is about turkey hunting. So what I want to do first is I want to mention something that I don't see very often in turkey hunting videos that I think is really important. And the reason why I say it is because when I was in the Marine Corps, I got diagnosed with Lyme disease, you know, and everybody has their things about Lyme disease, but I didn't even know what it was. I basically, you know, all of a sudden my knees were giving out, I was collapsing, and I went down to medical, and they said, hey, you got to get right back up here. I thought I was dying or something. I just got stationed in the Pentagon, and so they wouldn't tell me over the phone. I get down there, she goes, well, we got to get you on some antibiotics right away, and you know, you got Lyme disease, and yeah, I can go on and on about Lyme disease. Just look it up. I mean, if you got to be concerned with it. It is real. It's something that can hurt you, and it can affect your life traumatically. I've been blessed, as I have been a lot in my life, and that, you know, the parasites that I have or whatever didn't paralyze me or anything like that, and we were able to knock it out with some pretty potent antibiotics. But it tore my stomach up really bad. I still got stomach issues and things to this day, but whether here and there, whatever it's related to, but it's just a mess. So we use in the Marine Corps permethrin, and you can go down to Tractor Supply, or you can go anywhere. I'm not a sponsor of this brand. There's all different kinds of brand, but I can't emphasize enough that you need to hose your turkey hunting gear down with this permethrin, okay? Because when you're out there hunting turkeys, smell is not their biggest thing, and this doesn't really matter, but insect repellent, spray it. Don't worry about the smell like you would in maybe deer hunting scenario, you know, and there's all different opinions on that, but you know, you got to put this goes into your clothes. So there's no, I use this deer hunting all the time, and it does not smell. And as you've seen in my videos, it got a nice 8-point this year, and I was peeing off the tree stand, all kinds of stuff, counter to what I knew before I got back into hunting, and I was able to bag a nice deer. Of course, it was like a 250-yard shot, but that's what Marine Corps trained me to do. Anyway, permethrin, spray it in your clothes, on your boots, on everything, your hand, your gloves, anything that, especially around the point, because turkeys, they can see movement. And if you're out there swatting your face, you know, you're probably not going to get a turkey. This will help eliminate that. But more importantly than anything, it keeps those ticks and whatnot coming up into your clothes. You spray around your entry points, tuck your boots in, tuck around your sleeves, your neck, get all that spray really good in all your clothes with this. And this will help keep the mosquitoes off you, which carry all kinds of their own things. But more importantly, in my opinion, is the ticks. Ticks freak me out now because of the Lyme disease thing. Don't let it ruin your hunting by having ticks. And then always check yourself. You know, we used to check each other in the Marine Corps when we come out of the field or whatever, and make sure that you don't have any ticks on you. And another thing is, this is where I was getting at with smell. Whatever brand you use, like I said, I'm not promoting any brand, so pretend, yeah, it's bug spray. Put bug spray on, have bug spray, keep reapplying it, keep the mosquitoes and ticks off of you as much as possible. And not only that, it will make you comfortable in your hunt, keep you from scratching your face, moving unnecessarily. It'll keep you from worrying about what's crawling up in your crap. Now, like I said, check yourself for ticks and whatnot when you get out of the woods. You should anyway, because there ain't no end all say all, you know, it's like a 99.9% or 90%, whatever it is. Make sure that you have the bug spray on. Like I said, most videos, they just jump to the techniques, tactics, and procedures they use to, you know, go after the turkey. And they're all important, and they're great videos. By no means am I knocking anybody's videos that just specify that. but I encourage people that hunt to get this word out, because you know the deal. Ticks, especially here in Florida and in the southeast, the ticks, the chiggers, oh my gosh, chiggers, they can give you all kinds of things if they get in there. Cellulitis was a big one that we dealt with when I was a drill instructor at Paris Island. The chiggers get in there, or red bugs, whatever you call them, and they eat caverns through your legs, and you're trying to put nail polish. Just avoid it by putting permethrin and using bug spray. All right, so that's number one thing, in my opinion, that's going to help you not only protect yourself, but it's going to help you get that turkey that you're going after, because you're comfortable now, you got peace of mind, you're not worrying about the creepy crawlies crawling up your clothes and whatnot. So 100% one of the most important things, in my opinion, for turkey hunting. Okay, so next thing you have, I'm going to check the camera, bear with me. Okay, we're still running. So next thing, in my opinion, outside of keeping the bugs off and reducing movement and activity, because turkeys can see. They can't smell as good. That's why they forage around and scratch, and they like bugs and movement. They can hone in on bugs and insects and everything that out in the far that might attract. That's the biggest thing, is that they see movement, flashes and movements and things like that. So what you want to do is you want to reduce that by putting the bug spray on. And the next thing, camouflage. All right, camouflage, whatever. You don't have to be high dollar. If you got the money, by all means, spend it. You know, get you some good stuff. I kind of stick with my overalls here. I got them at a yard sale for like $1. All right, I'm not no high spender on stuff, because I know how to camouflage. There's all kinds of stuff. Now, I will say this: there are some nice scent lock things if you're deer hunting and stuff, and you know it helps. And there's also, you know, bug out. Keep the bugs out things, and that's a good investment too. But like I said, I counter that by just putting the permethrin and all that. But if you got the money, by all means, spend it. They're good products. That I've had them before. I just choose not to spend a whole lot of money. But you got the camouflage. Take the camouflage. Like I said, I'm going to spray all these down. I've already sprayed them down during deer season, and I haven't washed it since my last hunt where I killed my deer. But you know, I keep a long sleeve that I put under, and then over here I got a short sleeve that I put under this, but you know, it's breathable, nice air, good camouflage, help me blend in. And again, I spray everything down with permethrin, put it on there, and then you're good to go. And I'll be doing that a little bit later. Here in Florida, a must, in my humble opinion, I beg of y'all, take the money, get you some snake boots. Snakes in Florida are everywhere, everywhere. I've had run-ins with water moccasins. If you look at my regular post, I got a rattlesnake that almost got me. And luckily I had these on, but even then, if it would have popped me above my boot line, but at least my boots were protected, and my ankles and your step points, which, you know, most of the time they'll rattle and warn you, but a water moccasin won't. I've jumped and stepped on them. I do need to put some Scotch Guard on there and make them a little bit more waterproof again, because when I walk in the swamp, they fill up with water, and I got to dry my feet out real good. However, they are snake boots. Get some snake boots. Watch where you walk. Watch where you sit. When you're moving brush out of the way, tinkering around with things. And the biggest thing that I can't emphasize enough is that juvenile snakes are your #1 threat. Because an adult mature snake understands at that point, and they've learned that their venom is valuable. And they're not going to inject a bunch of venom into things that they can't eat. Okay? A lot of people don't know this. However, a juvenile is going to spit everything they have, because they haven't learned to regulate and control and things like that. The defensive mechanism in them is just give it all you got. I mean, they're small, they're tiny, so, you know, if you're a biologist, back it up. If I'm wrong, correct me, but that's my understanding. Thankfully, I've never gotten bitten by any of them, because I look out for them. I've had a lot of close calls. You know, took out many of water moccasins and rattlesnakes and habus when I was in Okinawa and things like that. I mean, these things are real. The snakes are out there. These boots will help, and they'll also help you from getting sticks and gouges and protect your ankles and your legs. But at a minimum, get you some nice, good boots to wear. Protect your feet. You need them. and that'll make for, again, another safe hunt, because now you still need to be looking for snakes, but it gives you a little bit more peace of mind that you have from the ground up to about mid-calf of protection against critters that might be hiding under there, wanting to bite you, whatever. All right, so I have the camouflage. I got my gloves here, net gaiter, and my face thing. I got a net somewhere. I got to find it. Couldn't find it in my hat. But that's the camouflage, the snake boots, the bug spray. I'm going to coat all this down, boots and everything, get that permethrin in there, make sure I have my bug spray with me. So next thing we're going to talk about are decoys. I got this really nice decoy here, and there's another video that I did. This is from ABNX. I've never used this. Back in the day when I used to hunt, I had these stupid looking styrofoam, yeah, here, Bo. That is stupid looking styrofoam decoys, and guess what? They work. No, they work. But this thing is unbelievably realistic. I mean, that is a hen. Those gobblers, like I said, they got good eyesight, but from a distance and all, they're looking for that silhouette first, and then they're honing in, closing in, and then hopefully by the time they realize, hey, this little girl ain't what they're looking for, it's too late, because you're already set up, you're ready to go, and you're going to get you a nice gobbler. Hopefully get you a nice 2-3 year old gobbler. However, I want to say, Bo's interested in this. He likes my decoys. I saw these when I was on Amazon, and I read the reviews, and some of them were comical, and people were like, oh, the thing wouldn't stay inflated. Now, I forgot to mention this ABNX. It's got a valve in it. You pull it out, it deflates down. You can tuck it away, put it away, gone, put it in your bag, and or tie it on you or whatever. But this right here is like a $15 blow-up decoy. And this is literally like a raft or something you'd buy to go swimming in the pool or whatever. It's like not a real sturdy material, but it's got a good pattern on it. Yeah, I don't know how long they last if you let it out in the sun and all that. But some of the reviews said, well, I blew it up and then I set it out, and before I even got out of the blind, it was deflated and not out. I'm going to let you know, I got this about 3 weeks ago now. Same air in it. Sitting in my living room, of course, not in the sun. I don't know what the sun's going to do or whatever. I don't normally put my decoys out in the sun. You know, everyone's got different techniques, but I like finding open areas, kind of on the edges and lines that have a little shade and whatnot, because I raise turkeys and chickens, and I just kind of, that's just my thing. I just kind of know what they kind of like by watching them every day. However, this $15, this almost $100. Now, this is definitely worth it, but I figure it's worth the try for $15. So we're going to give it a shot. I'm pretty impressed with it. The head is pretty on point. It's even got a little fuzz on it or whatnot. I forget the name of it. Like I said, it's like 15, 16 bucks, something like that. I put the air in it. It's literally, you know, you take it and you blow it up, and then try to find the inlet. There it is. It's just like a raft. Take it, pull out the little valve here, and you blow it up. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let the air out. And this is another good point with it, because even though that one right there collapses the same, this goes almost completely flat, all the way down to the head. And it only takes probably, I don't know, I'd say about 10 good, healthy breaths. Now, of course, if you got breathing problems or whatever, it's probably different. Everything's always different, first off. That's my opinion. But however many breaths it takes you, whether you got big lungs, little lungs, whatever. I was a swim instructor in the Marine Corps, so I got some pretty big, stout lungs. I haven't really swam like that in years, but as you can see, you pull that little thing up, boom. It's like hand size, boom, tuck it away. Like I said, I don't know how the turkey's going to react to it, but that head's pretty real, and from a distance, especially if you put it up with some good backdrop where they can't kind of, the perception is thrown off a little bit, I think it'd be good to go. And this one right here, it has a little bit different valve on it. And you basically just push it in. Same thing though, you blow it through this little valve right here, you blow it up. You pull it out, and then you can collapse it. Again, I don't know how many seconds this is, but I'm squeezing it. The reason why I'm doing this, I blew them up to get the right shape out of the box, get the shape out of them, the folds and creases out of them, so they look more realistic. But in reality, when I got this out and blew it up, it was ready to go then. But I also wanted to make sure that it held air good, and I wasn't going to run into any stupid problems that piss me off in the middle of a hunt. All right, as you can see, it folds up nicely as well, but nothing like this little inflatable thing. I mean, that's like half the size. I only use about 2 decoys. Sometimes I end up not even using them. It depends on the scenario and situations, as many turkey hunters will clue you in on. So we got our boots, we got our camouflage clothing, we got our decoys, and all of our bug sprays to keep all the critters off of us and all that. Well, another important thing is the shotgun. So we got a shotgun here. As I said, this is over 20 plus years in our rounds. All right, I picked up a box of these Winchester Longbeard 3-inch 12 gauge 1200 velocity 1 3/4 inch ounce number 6 shot. That's what I'm going to choose to use. Mainly they're on sale, even though that's what on sale means now, $31 for a box of shells, which is crazy. I remember back in the day you could get them like $5-6 for a box of shells, and then half the time they last you forever. Model 88 Mossberg 12 gauge shotgun that I had, and like I said, it's over 20 years old. Killed several turkeys with it. Great gun. I painted it myself, so don't rag on my paint job. That was years ago. I still like it. It does its job. Functions good. So we got a round. Our method of taking of a turkey. So next thing we're going to talk about is the cushion. I just ordered this cheap cushion. It's like 15 bucks online, and I'll take that, and then you see my other videos, and I'll clip it to my belt so when I sit down I can sit my butt on the ground. Now, I may or may not use it. I usually just sit on the ground. I go rough, but I figured, hey, why not? Be a little comfortable, more comfortable, the better to hunt. And then you're good to go, right? All right, I apologize for that. The wife had a big old wolf spider in the bathtub I had to go take care of. She was signaling to me if you caught me in the video, but come on, come get this spider out. So I went and took care of that for her. But I couldn't say nothing. Especially I'm talking about creepies and crawlies interrupting your turkey hunt. You can see what I'm talking about. That's what they do. Anyway, we're back to business. So we got the shotgun and the rounds. We got the clothes, the boots, and we got all that stuff going. Let me talk about some other things here. And what I'm going to talk about now is my box call. I got this when I was 15 years old. I'm 52 now. I'm not going to do math in public because I'm a Marine. I'm sure to mess it up. Anyway, when I was 15 years old, my dad got me this old Lynch's box call. I love this call. I've had it forever. Anybody that's been in the Marine Corps recognizes these bad boys are boot bands. They're the best thing ever. You use them for everything. I wish I could get my hands on a few more. However, they're on my box, and I use it to keep it pinned down so it don't make unnecessary calls when I'm walking, and keeps it quiet, or I can kind of control the level. I got different things that I do. But like I said, it's been years since I hunted, but I gotta get the band off here. So that's turkey call. Not the best in the world, so don't rag on me too hard. Like I said, it's been years. I've been practicing a little bit, but I don't do a whole lot of calling, you know. And I like the woods to call, and I like to kind of move in on the turkeys and listen to them. I like to kind of try to set up an ambush, get that gobbler looking at where I'm at. I do a little bit of light calling in the morning just to kind of get them fired up, and then I put that call away and I just sit there and let the woods start up themselves. But right at about fly down time, you know, in the morning, right at when the sun starts to come up, about a half hour after the sun starts to come up a little bit, I'll do a few little putts and purrs on there, and just kind of, yeah, we're here waking up, you know, they're kind of lethargic in the morning, you know, it's a little bit cool, trying to shake off the night and figure out what they're going to do for the day. And in the springtime, we know what them gobblers want to do. They want to find them hens, and you want them to find your hens before they find the other hens and come in on you, and then hopefully you get to harvest you a nice turkey, have you some good wild turkey dinner. Not only do I have that call, but I also got, and I'm not going to do on here, embarrass myself, the mouth calls. All right, I put a mouth call, and I keep a mouth call available because when that turkey's moving in on you, you're not going to be able to do your hands as much. If you got a good blind set up, you can. It's a situation, but if you're running and gunning, you know, you might want to sit down real quick, and you're not going to want to be messing around with your call box and all that, because you're probably going to mess it up, and you're going to hit it and scare and alert them. Like I said, their hearing and their sight are the two biggest things. So I got these little mouth calls. Takes a little practice, but it ain't hard, and you don't have to be super great at it. You just got to know how to do a few, you know, clucks to get them, keep them gobblers coming, you know, and you don't want to overcall or you don't want to undercall. It's all based off of the individual turkey you're hunting. They're all different. They all got their quirks and qualms. That's just what they do. They figure out things to survive. So we got our turkey calls, and that's all I'm going to use for as far as calls go, except for my owl call. All right, a lot of owls down here. We got a lot of crows too, but they're not really that as noisy as the owls. But like right now, especially in the springtime, the owls get going too. So I've always used owl calls for my locator calls. You know, you have to do what you do for your area. What is the thing? I mean, basically, if you don't know what a locator call is, you're trying to find that gobbler and where he's roosting, so you can come in the next day and set up on him, or set up relatively close by where you can maneuver in on him. All right, so what this does is you blow it, and it does what's called a shock gobble. It shocks them. All right, all kinds of things will set off a shock gobble. A car door slamming, metal on metal, believe it or not. My turkeys, when I raise them out here, if I'm banging stuff in my truck, my Tom, old Timothy, rest in peace, I had to put him down, but old Timothy, when I'd slam stuff in the back of my truck, like pipes and things like that, old Timothy, he'd gobble off. That's a shock gobble. Something startled him, and that's a defense mechanism that gobbles, because it's such a loud blast that it'll scare things away, predators or whatever, but it comes at a cost to them, because it can also hone in an animal that knows what it is to come get them, or a human, or whatever. We're animals too, regardless of people say. Obviously, you see what's going on in the world, but that's what that is. So you're trying to trigger that mechanism. All right, a lot of people, they'll do this early in the morning. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Everybody do what you do, and God bless you, and let you get a good harvest. That's what matters, putting that turkey in the cooler. I've done it a few times in the morning, like in a new area or walking in, and I just don't see any sign of turkey anywhere. I'm like, is there even any turkey around? So I'll just start going around walking the area if it's new, trying to shock gobble and get them to respond. I don't do it in the afternoon. It'd be early in the morning if I did it in the daytime or prior to a hunt in the first place. I don't like the shock gobble prior to a hunt, because some of these old toms, they know what that is. So I don't want them to key in on it. So I'm gonna, in the mornings, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna let them gobble on their own. I'm gonna turn my ears on and my mouth off, and I'm going to listen, and I'm going to try to maneuver in, because I've already done my homework. I know what areas turkeys are in, and I'm going to go to those areas because I've scouted it. Now, I know you might have seen my video about hunting a Swanee. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that this year. I was going to pull a camper up. I couldn't find a campsite that wasn't booked up by the snowbird travelers we have coming down here to Florida. They book them up for their travels back home in the spring. And Same thing in the fall coming down. So you got to book it real early to get a good, decent price on a good campsite. So I couldn't find a campsite, but unfortunately my wife also broke her arm, so I don't want to be too far and all that. She's had surgery. She's doing well, but she tripped over my dog going to the bathroom, so she's got a broken arm, and I just don't want to be gone. So I'm going to go back to where I know, down the road here at Green Swamp, where I live, Green Swamp, Florida. I'm going to try to get me one of these turkeys. I know there's tons of turkeys out there. I haven't hunted them, but this will be my first year hunting them. But everybody's told me how hard they are to hunt, and then you see them in deer season, you're not going to see them in turkey season, and all these things. All right, they also told me that about the deer. My second year there, I pulled an 8-point, 15-inch spread, 145 pounds, which I know for you people up north doesn't sound like a lot. And not a big deer, oh, that's little. No, that's a good deer down here in Florida. Very nice deer. And, you know, for our small game that we have called deer down here in Florida, it's definitely a nice big deer for down here in Florida. Now, you want to start bragging about weights and numbers and all that about up north. Well, we all have that. You got good things up there. We got good things out here. You want to take a nice big wild boar or pig, come on down here and get you some, you know, 300 plus pounds, and lug it out of the swamp and get you a few of them. Get as many as you want. Trust me, we need people to take them out. I can't stand them things, but I love to eat them. But anyway, back to turkeys. So we're going to do, from there, I kind of lost track with the hog thing. So we pretty much, this is all the gear we got that we're going to do for the turkey hunt coming up. And I got a camera, and I got to mess with it. Ever since I got out of Marine Corps, I just kind of went away from computers, and they stressed me out getting on there. It seems like every time I get on there, they update and all this crazy stuff. But I need to get on there so I can make you guys some good videos, get this rolling, share some knowledge, you know, of a long tradition that's been around, you know, forever. And it's just, we got to get back to these things that are just nice and good and wholesome. And we got to get back, and we can't let these traditions go by the wayside, you know. And, you know, it's not for everybody. Not everybody digs getting out in the woods and this and that. But you don't know until you know. So, you know, and it's a good, healthy, wholesome hobby. Keep you and your kids out of all these things that are trying to influence them in the world and create all kinds of confusion and stuff. It brings you back into nature and what we're put on this earth and stuff to be. It's just good stuff. It's good for the mind, good for the soul, good for the brain. And that's my opinion. If you got a different one, well, go do your opinion. If you've never done this, I say, hey, give it a shot. If you don't like it, then it's not for you. But try it out. Turkey hunting is great. And before I forget, get you a nice bag to throw all your stuff in. To me, nice is cheap. I got this cheap. It was like 17 bucks, and it fits everything I need in here. And I'm gonna put all this stuff in here and pack it up nice and neat to carry into the woods, along with my camera, my ammo, and whatnot. I talked about camouflage, and one thing that'll help you out, and I even carry this in deer season, some hand snips. Just basic garden hand snips. I got a few pair of them around here because I garden and stuff. If you watch my videos, but bring a set of these with you. You can cut palmetto leaves off. You can use it to cut rope or whatever. In deer season, I'll go around where I put my stands and stuff, and I'll cut a bunch of shrubs and things that deer eat on, and cut them because that creates that new growth, and they love new growth. And I'm not saying, if you watch my videos, you see them and they're eating around and stuff. Well, I test some of that too, that I keep the new growth coming in around the areas by cutting off little tiny pieces of the shrubs around me. But for turkey hunting, we talked about camouflage. Camouflage is important, and these things will help because when you get in that little area, you can snip off a few palmetto bushes, stick them in the ground, snip them at an angle with a point, stick them in the ground around you, and blend into that environment. And then, hey, it's game on. You know, sometimes you got to move quick. You're not in a blind or whatever, and you got to move quick and get your setup because that tom's coming in, and you want to be sat down, back up against a tree, some camouflage around you, waiting for them to move in. So that is pretty much all of the accessories that I use for turkey hunting. And there's all kinds of ways. I mean, my grandfathers and things, they used to hunt in just blue jeans and whatever. But we'll say this, you know, and they always say it, don't wear blues and reds and gray color stuff, and you want to be camouflaged, and that's more for a safety thing than anything. All right, you don't want somebody out there, some yahoo that never hunted before in their life and gets excited and blast you. All right, thinking you're a turkey. So you got to consider that, especially on public land. I hunt public land, and I've had people, and I'm not joking when I say 20 feet from me climb up the tree, and I'm like, really? So oblivious to their surroundings so much, and I get it, they're into the hunt or whatever, that they can't even see me sitting right there with an orange vest on. And I'm like, I'm not complaining, because that's just the life of public hunting. I've done it to people do it, but I'll tell you that I can honestly say that I've never sat up right on top of somebody. I can honestly say that I've ran on top of people before, but noticed them once I got in within 100 yards. Noticed them, either a ground blind, a tree stand. Look around when you're going in there, because it's important that not only you're able to see somebody if they're there, but that somebody's able to see you and know what you are. You can't, even on private land, I would encourage you to be very cautious when you're out there hunting. And you know, there's people, there's all kinds of things. You don't know what you're going to run into, especially now. Our borders are invaded. People are flocking to areas and seclusion and hideaways and whatever they're trying to do. Or hell, probably trying to stake land for all I know. I don't know. Be careful out there. Watch for people. Watch for other hunters. Respect other hunters. If you're going to an area and you can tell somebody's in there and it's fresh and all that, give them the courtesy, because guess what? They've probably been there before you. And if each of us do that, everybody will have a good hunt. Hey, the things happen, don't worry about it. Like you go and hunt where you want to hunt. And you get up in there and hunt it out. And don't worry if you run into somebody and this and that. And if you're somebody in there, don't get mad at somebody coming in on you. They're hunting too. You might run into that guy or gal or whoever it is out on that road. Be friends with them. Y'all got a commonality. It's called hunting, and it's nature and outdoors. Enjoy that with each other. Enjoy each other. Be respectful. Okay? Walking in on somebody or coming in, and even if they don't see and start to set up, is not them being rude. You don't know. Okay? That's part of where you hunt, what you do. That's part of the game. And I can say this because that deer that I got, I did not hunt that area for over a month and a half, because during the end of hog season and running up into the beginning of archery season, I went in there, I found that good area, and it was about 3/4 of a mile away from where I ran into another hunter that was going off, and he was going down to the left, and I hunted that morning and whatnot. We talked. He came on a bike. We ran into each other when I was prepping up and getting all ready to go in the woods, and I kind of explained where I was at, and he explained where he was at. But after that, I mean, the hunt was good. I seen some turkeys come through, and I seen some otters and a couple doe, and it was good. And I knew it was a good area, but there's another hunter, and so part of the thing is I'm like, well, I'm going to let it rest. I'm going to pull out of there, and if that guy goes in there, good on him. If he gets something, good on him. Well, that last day, I decided to go in and hunt that area because it was my last chance. I knew there was a lot of hogs. I knew there was a lot of deer, and I needed to put some meat in the freezer one way or next, and I figured to increase my opportunity, I would go where there's deer and hog, which are both open in deer season, rifle season here in Florida. So I set myself up in a good position, and I knew there was a good scrape, and I set myself up on it, and I ended up taking that 8-point buck. Okay, and it was a nice deer. And the stories in my videos, please go like, share, subscribe, whatever, all the stuff that they say on here, or don't, whatever. But that's part of the hunt. That's part of the hunt. And in a lot of sense, I like that, because it's one more challenge to overcome. Because the more challenges you overcome, the better you'll be. All right, and so to kind of wrap it all together, I'm gonna pan over here to a blind setup, okay, that I do, and I'm gonna do a whole nother video on it. But it's a ground blind that you can put up around you, and you can roll up, and it's cheap and inexpensive. The parts come out of Tractor Supply, Walmart, or whatever. So I'm gonna pan over here. I know this video is running long, but I'm gonna keep this short. Burlap, hunting burlap, right here. All you need, whatever size that they sell. Zip ties, electric fence plastic post, which I got tons of them around here, like I said, a farm, or any kind of post you can stick in the ground. But I like these because you can stick them in the ground real quick. Okay, what I'm going to do out of that is I'm going to make me a nice blind that I can roll up. It's less than 4 foot tall. I roll it up, and I can roll it out, stick it in the ground, and then commence my hunt. I don't always hunt in the blind, but I might set this up, and I might set it up and then go do a run and gun, and then the next morning plan to come back in because that area was spoiled, whatever, but still a good area, and I'll leave it set up, and I can come and move back in there. Good thing about this is, unlike a ground blind that you get in, you got to have an open area, all that. Good thing with this is that you can manipulate it through palmetto bushes, trees, and whatnot. So like I said, I'm going to do a whole nother video on that. That way you can see I left one end down here. And I'll get into it. It's already wrapped up, but I left these others, haven't mounted them to the post yet, but I'm planning on doing that on the video. So overall, I hope you enjoyed this little turkey hunting preparation video. It's not, by no means is it the turkey's in the cooler and all that yet. There's nothing going to be in this video, obviously, of me out in the woods, but hopefully I'll get them videos to you and let you see. But real quick while I'm here, and if you made it this far, what I want to say is this, is that what I love about these videos and doing things like this is our heritage. I love the fact that there's turkey hunters out there right now that are 80 years old. They can't do it no more. They can't prep to go out in the woods, or they can do this part, but they're not going to get out in the woods. And I know one day I'm going to be there too, and I want to love to look back and see real videos, real people, and doing the things that I do and did and have done and enjoyed. And I'm going to remember, because that pleasure is going to come from inside your mind of the things that you've done and participated in, and the things that where you're at. And I don't know if you've seen in some of my videos, I've gone around and I've videoed tree stands, and I don't think people got what I was trying to say. So if you made it this far in the video, I want to explain a little bit. I filmed all these tree stands out on public land that have been left. They're not supposed to be left, but they've been left. I don't know why they've been left, but they've been left. And they're out there. But what I see in them is that's the past. That's somebody's hunt site. That's somebody's hours-long work and planning and stuff. I look at some of those tree stands out there. They're grown into the tree, and there's no way that they can be anything less than 20 years old or 30 years old, some of them. Some of them even older than that. I find stuff out in the woods all the time. Now, I don't like litter, and I don't like debris. I don't like all that kind of stuff, but I don't care really about the tree stand, because there's all kinds of reasons why that stand might have been left there. It might have been a stand they used for several years and just left it there. Might have forgot where they put it. They might have passed away. They might have gotten a car accident and had their mobility impaired so much that the last thing on their mind is that tree stand that they left in the woods, and you know, they're trying to figure out how they're ever going to walk again. I don't know. There's all kinds of scenarios, but that's what I like, putting those videos I hope that people enjoy them, because I plan on putting more of them on there. Okay, because as I find these things and I got the opportunity, I'm going to film them, and I put who, what, when, where, why. You know, I might bring one up that some 78-year-old man looks at and says, that was mine, that was my tree stand. That would be awesome. I don't know. But that's just, I just love to think about that. I love to go back and think, what was this person hunting then? What was their techniques and procedures for hunting? What did they take in consideration? How was the landscape different then? Was this more of a clearing, and now I'm looking at a tree stand that sits in front of the thickest crap ever? Or was it always like that, and that's where they decided to hunt, because they wanted to get them deer bedding down or those hogs moving through there? Or was it at one time they could climb up in there and get a 250-yard shot like I did, or whatever? Some of them I look at and I'm like, oh, wow, that's back when safety wasn't a concern. You know, you got like an old ladder that's got a piece of plywood strapped to the top that's dangling off the tree. So it's just intriguing to me. But anyway, that's my turkey hunting preparation, a little bit about my deer stand videos. But like I said, I'm going to re-emphasize again, because like I said, I have Lyme disease. And if you don't know, I'll have it the rest of my life, okay? And just in short, Lyme disease is like several parasites. And according to your body and the parasites that infest your body from these things, depends on the severity of the Lyme disease. Unfortunately, I've been blessed. I got my little quirks and all that, but I got my mobility. It was amazing when I got diagnosed with it and everybody started finding out about it. All the people that I ran into that Lyme disease and just had a major impact on their life. One of my Marine Corps captains I served with in the Pentagon, his wife was a triathlon runner, and she got Lyme disease while running a tick bite that she got from running a triathlon, and she was basically paralyzed. She couldn't get up off the couch and all that. That is devastating. Just imagine having that outgoing, that physical, lifestyle just stripped out from under you from a stupid little tick, and I never forget the doctor, when I went in there, she was going to tell me, she goes, well, have you ever been bit by a tick? I had to laugh. I'm like, I was stationed at Parris Island, South Carolina. I was stationed at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. I went out in the woods on training exercises, and we checked each other out and got literally 60 ticks picked off of us. I've had bites all over my body. That's what some of us did. Not everybody, but people that know what I'm talking about know. And I just can't emphasize it enough. Protect yourself from those little critters, because they're just as dangerous as them big critters. All right, those snakes and stuff, they're bad too. But a tick or a mosquito or whatever can give you West Nile virus disease, Lyme disease, malaria. I mean, we got to understand all of the everything that comes with what's going on too in this world. We have Haitians coming across here to Florida. Regardless of what you think of humanity of that and all, what I'm going to tell you is it comes with problems. And it comes with more problems than good. Not that it doesn't come with good, it comes with more problems. We can choose to ignore them, we can choose to fix them, or we can choose to just block the stuff altogether. Whatever the choice is, it doesn't change that you're going to have things changing in our society and where we're at. The people that are coming here are coming from third world places. They're bringing things that we put to rest a long time ago. They're bringing diseases. They're bringing all kinds of things. If you hunt and you're out in the woods, please keep this in mind. I'm not trying to get all into the stuff. I know my stance on it. You can have your stance on it. I say we need to secure our country and our border from all the bad things as much as possible. We need to take care of our veterans and our Americans and our policemen and all the people that take care of us. And we need to get back to what we do best. That's solving some of these problems. And it's a problem. But in the meantime, until we figure this stuff out, we need to be aware and analyze everything down to the smallest things of how they affect us in our life and what they're going to do. All right? And so I'm throwing this in this video because malaria, I had to take stuff for malaria when I was over in Africa. Measles and mumps. When was the last time you heard about that? That's coming across. You got AIDS and all that. Not that that ain't here, but it has been brought down a lot. But you're going to see a lot more coming. We have to be ready for this in our sports, and our things that we do, and our things we enjoy. We have to be aware of these things. We've got to protect ourselves, our families, then we got to protect each other, and we got to work out from there what everything else is going to do. But again, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm rambling a little bit. I'm trying to keep myself from going where I want to go with that. But please enjoy this turkey season. To those of you that get you a nice gobbler, right on. Those that already got one, right on, man. Keep it up. You guys and gals and kids and all you, just keep it up. Stay in the woods. Stay knowledgeable. Just enjoy what you have. And we're going to protect this sport. We're going to protect all the sports. We're going to protect hunting and fishing, and we're going to make it right. All right, and I haven't got my turkey yet. I say yet because I plan on getting it. Doesn't mean I'm not. I'm going to, but it doesn't mean I'm not either. Okay. I'm excited. I'm taking the camper out today. I call it my bug out camper. A lot of people got bug out bags. I got one of them too. I can go over some of that, but I also got a bug out camper out there, and I pretty much bug myself and my family out. It's a small camper, nothing big. I didn't get big on purpose. You want something that you can still maneuver a little bit if you got a bug out. And there's all kinds of reason to bug out, so don't freak out when I say bug out. But yeah, there's the freak out kind, but there's also just the regular, we got a hurricane coming, we need to hit the road, we need to get inland more. I mean, we're pretty much in the center of the state here, of Florida, but we're on the peninsula and the hurricanes come, and you never know, and I've lived here my whole life. I'm a native Floridian, born and raised, so I know what hurricanes are. We deal with them. That's just what they are, and some suck more than the others. They all suck, but they're nature's way of doing whatever it does. We seem to think like we can change nature and all that. No, we learn to adjust and adapt to the areas we're in and what comes with it. If I was in Kansas, it would be tornadoes, or Oklahoma. If I was in California, it'd be earthquakes and liberals. But if I was in the Northeast or in the Colorado mountains, you're going to have blizzards and nor'westerns and all those things. So, yeah, that's what it is. So I'm going to get the bug out camper, and I'm going to take it to the bugs out in the woods in the green swamp, because guess what? They're going to be bad. That's just the swamp part about it. Tells you about all you need to know. But I'm going to get out there and get some turkey hunting. So I hope to see that people are enjoying my videos. I please like, if you like them. And I don't know if you caught it, but don't like them if you don't like them. And tell me why. Put in the comments why you don't like them. Put in the comments why you like them. Put in the comments that you like this, but you don't like that, because, that's what we do. And I'm not going to be mad at you. I don't care. I don't care if you even bully me about stuff. It does not matter to me. You're on a video camera, I'm on a video camera, you're on a phone. It is not affecting me. Now, you want to keep isolating, channeling yourself down to me, you can come find me, whatever. Whatever. I'm not going after nobody. I'm not hurting nobody. I mind my business. I grow my garden. And I got things on here trying to tell me I can't have a garden because it does carbon. Baloney. That's my opinion. Whatever. I'm sticking to it. Enjoy turkey hunting season. I'm going to shut my mouth about that stuff, and I'm going to get back with you on my turkey blind that I'm going to build over there, and hopefully that'll be like a 2 or 3 minute. Maybe I can get it in a minute if I can do it right. And it'll be a short then. But I think you'll appreciate it. It's nice and cheap because we got to remember this isn't the days of old. Where the royalty were only ones allowed to hunt. Some of us, we ain't got all that money. I love watching them videos on all that bougie hunting. Good on you people. You got money. Hey, when you get done with your shit, put it on a damn yard sale or in the Goodwill. Cause I'm going to pick it up and use it. That's what we did in the Marine Corps. I used to joke about it in the Marine Corps. We got everyone else's bullshit and we made it all work 20 times better than them. That was why we were called more bang for the buck. So, anyways, I'm going to show y'all I'm going to put together this thing. And I'm talking maybe, I don't know, I've had that burlap in a Foot Locker for 20 years now. So, I just never used it and I pulled it out of my hunting stuff. But it was probably $10 back in the day. And each one of them poles are like 5 each. So you're looking at 5, 10, 15, 20. Probably $30. Got that nice little burlap roll up little blind there, if even that, and some zip ties. Set and ready to go. So take care. God bless. I'm out.